Hi, everyone, and welcome to Signature West Podcast. I'm your host, Sam West from Palm Springs, California. If you come to Palm Springs or you come into Palm Springs for the holidays, you are probably doing an Airbnb. My guest today is Tracy Huson, and she is the host and owner of a local Airbnb here in Palm Springs, and she calls it Coco Cabana. Let's find out why it's called Coco Cabana. Hi, Tracy.
Good morning, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous, except I'm not in Palm Springs anymore, so it could be better.
That's all right. That's all right. So you don't live in Palm Springs. So where are you living and where are you from?
So I'm from the Seattle area. Currently, I live in Bellingham, Washington. So it's just north of Seattle near the Canadian border. I've been here about 17 years and I'm raising my kids here. It's beautiful.
And what brought you to Seattle or the part of Seattle?
To Bellingham, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so actually I went to Washington State University for my college years. And then my sister had actually relocated to Bellingham for a job. And when I graduated from college, there was no way I wanted to move back in with my parents. So I asked my sister if I could move in with her in Bellingham. And like most people that either come to go to college here or visit, you just fall in love with it because it's right on the ocean. We're right on Bellingham Bay. It's a very outdoorsy city. So you've got, renowned mountain biking here. We ski all winter at Mount Baker. So I just ended up staying, been here ever since.
And where are you originally from? Because I was confused about where you're from and where you are now. So forgive me. Where are you originally from?
That's okay. I'm just from a suburb outside of Seattle, just south of Seattle called Maple Valley. So I was born and raised there. I'm from a very large family. I'm one of 6 children. 6.
One of 5.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you know how it is. Not a lot of travel. I didn't go on my first airplane until I was 18 to go on a school trip. So yeah, born and raised in Maple Valley. My dad is one of 6 children as well and grew up there. So that's kind of my background. And then I went to Washington State University, WSU, and then I moved to Bellingham and I've been here ever since.
And what do you do for a living?
So I am a pharmaceutical rep. So I'm a legal drug peddler.
Oh.
So I've been in the pharmaceutical industry for 15 years. I've worked for 4 different major pharmaceutical or biotech companies. So currently, most recently, I'm in the oncology space. So I sell cancer drugs.
Which has nothing to do, or even very little of, or nothing to do with real estate or...
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
Not really, but actually it does. It kind of ties in because...
How?
Like I was saying, I never traveled as a kid. But becoming a pharmaceutical rep kind of gave me this platform to be able to experience travel for the first time. And so, and then that's when I fell in love with traveling. And I got to travel, one time to Palm Springs. And
when was that?
So that was about 7 or 8 years ago, was the first time I went to Palm Springs. And I can tell you that the moment I landed there, I knew I was in love.
And why is that?
It's the architecture. All the mid-century modern architecture is so fun and funky, and the colors too. Like, I think it's different than another desert because you have that bright pop of color, all the colored doors. The first time I was there, I went with girlfriends and we did a door tour and we took pictures. We did all the touristy things. And the other thing that was really cool when we went there was Desert X was up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so,
okay.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago was when they had the mirrored house up on the hill.
Right.
And we did this amazing photo shoot. And it was just so different than anywhere I've ever been before. I mean, I've never seen an art show on such a large scale. And it's just amazing that Palm Springs does it every year and brings in such amazing artists and pieces for the whole community to enjoy.
And how long did you wait before you came back to visit Palm Springs again?
It was a few years. So originally, the reason we went there was usually I do a girls trip every year to Vegas. So 3 of us would get dressed up in our little, slutty dresses and
No, I don't know. No, I don't know.
You don't know. Go clubbing till 4 a.m. And so that was kind of, and eat at great restaurants and do fashion. And we loved Vegas. Well, on the 5th year of this tradition, one of the gals got pregnant, and she was not just a little bit pregnant. She was like 7 months pregnant, showing. And we thought, oh my God, we can't go to Vegas with this giant pregnant lady, and go to the club. That's not going to be cool. So one of the girls actually lives in Newport Beach and had been to Palm Springs a number of times and said, you know what, I think we should go to Palm Springs. It's very chill, relaxed. We can still have a good time. So that's kind of how I ended up visiting for the first time. And of course, we stayed at the Ace Hotel, which has been around forever and, very Palm Springs.
So when did you come back after that?
So then it was probably a couple years. I actually ended up bringing my kids back for a Christmas break. I thought, well, this would be a great place to come back, show my kids the town, see if they like it.
Sure.
And the other reason I like to go there too is I can take a direct flight from Bellingham. So it's 5 minutes from my house. The airport's 5 minutes from my house here at home. And then it's a 2-hour flight to Palm Springs. And when I land, my other house is a 5-minute drive from the airport.
So at what point did you say to yourself, I want to buy a place in Palm Springs, not a home, but also want to venture out to an investment called Airbnb and do that project?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like most people, the pandemic changed all of us in some way. So it really was the pandemic that kind of pushed me in that direction.
In what way?
So here, I've been a very successful pharmaceutical rep, traveling all the time. I'm also a single mom, so I'm in charge of 2 teenagers. And suddenly the pandemic hits and I'm home every day with my kids, kind of trapped in this house, managing, their cell phone use while they're on this remote schooling. I'm doing conference calls all day.
Right.
And I'm used to meeting with people. I mean, I'm a salesperson, I'm a people person, and my job completely changed. And so to be honest, I was just kind of miserable. And we had gotten this pandemic puppy, of which I'm not an animal person, but I love my children so much. They were very miserable at home during the pandemic. And my daughter had been literally begging me for a dog for 2 years. And so one morning, I don't know what happened. My friend sent me these pictures of a puppy. And all of a sudden, Sam, my heart just opened. And I was like, we need a puppy. Okay. And so I called my kids in the room and I said, okay, I decided that we can get that puppy you've been begging for as long as I get to name her. And they said, okay, fine. And I said, her name will be Coco. So Coco is actually our pandemic puppy that we got.
Okay.
And so we went and picked up Coco. She's adorable little golden doodle, this kind of caramel color. And we're having a lot of fun with her. Well, on the 3rd day that we had her, my daughter's friend actually fell on the dog and broke her leg.
Oh no.
So, here I had never really wanted a puppy and I had one. And then we kind of had this tragedy strike. And so let's just say the next 3 to 6 months were a very not so fun time around my house.
Right.
And I was very miserable, to be honest. It was just a lot of work. Everything had changed with my job, my kids, the puppy. And so I started to worry also about possibly losing my job. And so I thought, well, I should probably refinance my house. The rates are going down, all that stuff. And once I saw financially that I was doing well, I thought, you know what? I need a house. I need a house in Palm Springs. And not only that, but I'm a single mom. And what if I lose my job, Sam? I thought I need to start learning how to make income elsewhere and sort of start start to be able to be a little bit more free from corporate America.
But you've never
So-
really, yeah, I get that. I mean, a lot of people are in the same shoe,
Yeah.
me included, but you know nothing about income property, you know nothing about, you've never had another,
Nope.
another house that you managed. You
Nope.
don't live full time in Palm Springs. You don't really know Palm Springs full time, so to speak, but yet you decided this is the place I want to invest and buy and do a rental from Alabama.
Yep. I mean, and part of that was that I actually have friends from back home there. So that was a big part of feeling like I do know Palm Springs a bit, was because actually one of my doctors that I used to call in here in Bellingham had moved to Palm Springs about 8 years ago. So when I went the first time, I visited him, Dr. Michael Hughes and his partner, Jim.
Hi,
And
Michael.
oh, do you know Michael?
No, I just said hi to Michael.
Oh, hi, Michael. Yeah. He's the best. It's so funny. Everywhere I go in Palm Springs, they're like, oh, he's my doctor too. Like, it's such a small town. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so I would go visit Michael every time we go down. I'd bring the kids. And one thing I noticed was every time I go visit, he's got older kids. So his kids are now like mid-20s. And every time I'd go visit, one of his kids were staying with him. And what I realized was like, oh my God, this is a place where even as his kids are getting older, they love to come and stay for the summer or visit. And I think part of it during the pandemic was my son's 16 and he's a junior in high school this year. And so I started to kind of feel that pinch of time to like, I want to think about the next 5 years. What can I start creating for my family that, the kids would want to come back during their college years and stay with me, or summer we could go during Thanksgiving and get away. And so it was really like seeing Michael's kids so happy to come visit. That was a big influencer on me as well.
So Coco is the name of your dog, and Cabana
Yes.
came because
well, we just kind of we listed out a bunch of names,
right,
and I love the sound of Coco Cabana, but it was also a visual.
right.
Like when you're on vacation, don't you just dream of sitting in a cabana all day by the pool and
It fits. It fits. It works.
right?
Yeah.
And just relaxing with your cocktail. I mean, that's what I really envisioned for the house, was like, I want you to feel like you're coming to a cabana and just relaxing and hanging out. And so each of the rooms is kind of that cabana feel.
I got it. So let's look at the house now and tell us a little bit about it. Let me just see if I can get my act together here. Can you see it? There we go.
I can.
All right, go for it.
Coco Cabana.
So what do we have here?
Oh, so this is the living room. I mean, what you'll see is the kitchen is very custom. I did this fun pink Zia tile. It actually took me about 4 months to get that tile into Palm Springs. It was stuck off the coast of California. But what you'll see is a lot of natural colors, a lot of really fun tile. I really wanted it to be kind of that mid-century pop with lots of geometric shapes, colors, but also kind of a clean scheme. I went with a lot of black and white, a lot of obviously like golds and blacks are very in right now. You can see the beds have that sort of cabana feel with the natural bamboo look. Some swings, which really make it like comfortable for vacation. You want to get those Instagram moments in there, with the swinging chairs. So, I mean, that was really the feel that I wanted.
And how many bedrooms do you have? Sorry about this.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
So I have 3 bedrooms. So we've got, the master has a king bed, and it's a beautiful, it opens right to the pool. So I ended up remodeling and putting in a sliding glass door, because when I'm on vacation, I want to be able to wake up and see that beautiful pool. So you can walk right out in the morning, have your cup of coffee, sit on a lounger. I mean, the thing I love the most when I'm there is actually just kind of my morning routine. I get up and make coffee, And then I go out, and the backyard at Coco Cabana is really an oasis. When I bought the house, the hedges around the backyard are incredible. I mean, they must have been there for at least 30 years. I mean, they're so lush and beautiful. The backyard is so private that I like to go and, I may have a top, I may not in the mornings when I do my swim. You can really.
How many bedrooms and bath do you have?
It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Yep. So the first is a king. And then my son's name is Kane. So the second bedroom is Kane's Cabana. And that one has the nice, beautiful queen bed with the canopy. And then the third bedroom is Presley's Cabana. Presley's my 13-year-old daughter. And she begged me to have 2 twin beds because she's always thinking about herself, as most 13-year-old girls do. But she's brought a friend to Coco Cabana. They love having the twin beds, the swinging chair in the room. It's all set up. If you have a baby you want to bring, I've got pack and plays and, baby toys. We are dog friendly as well because we do bring Coco with us. So we're set up for puppies as well. And then we have two bathrooms. So one in the master and then one close to the guest rooms to share.
And without, unless you want to give the exact address, where are you located in Palm Springs? Like what part of town? You can either give the address or you can just say the area. Where
sure, yeah. So I'm in Desert Park Estates. So it's about 5 minutes north, just off Farrell, 5 minutes north of the airport. So a really easy drive, Uber right away from the airport. And then again, about a 5-minute Uber ride to downtown. So very centrally located.
And you do weekly, what's the nightly, what are your requirements?
Yeah, so we do nightly, weekly, you could do a monthly. That's going to run you a pretty penny to stay at Coco Cabana.
What's a
but
pretty
generally
penny?
speaking, about a three-night minimum.
What's a pretty penny?
What's that?
What's a pretty penny?
A pretty penny? Well,
you said that's.
Yeah, I mean, no one's asked to rent for a month, but it's probably going to run you 10 grand if you want to rent for the month.
Can you tell us what is your nightly rate?
It's $838 per night right now. And that's just a general rate. And then of course, during busy weeks like Coachella or Pride weekend, those will go up from there. So
you're fairly new to this. You started, when did you start to full on doing this? Like after 2021, this year?
Yep. So we're really just a brand new Airbnb because I bought the home and then did a full renovation.
Right.
And I worked with BRC Construction. Brandon made all these dreams come true.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon. Yeah, he was amazing. He let me do all the crazy things, like all my custom pink doors and all my everything. And then I did kind of a soft opening. So I've had friends and family come stay. And, you want to kind of work out the kinks when you're venturing
where are you now? Are you
into something new?
Has it started or has it been?
Yeah, so basically we're launching this weekend. So into full on Airbnb mode.
Oh.
So we're live as of today. You can book Coco Cabana. I would love if you follow us on Instagram. That's a great way to keep up with us. coco.cabana.palm.springs. And so, we're in business now. It's amazing.
I did not know that you just, my bad. I thought you already started, which is great. This is good for you. So this is like perfect match to have you talk about this and bring it to the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one thing, the Instagram platform has been incredible. Yep. So that's where I met you, Sam. That's where I've already done 3 collaborations where people reach out to me on Instagram. So this last week, I had an amazing influencer come stay with us, Elise Joan Fitness. So she is big into Beachbody. So I don't know if you're aware.
Hi, Elise.
Hi, Elise. Yeah, of Beachbody. But she came and stayed at Coco Cabana last week, her and Alex Vega Blonde. And they did a photo shoot. They had a phenomenal time. She did some live Instagram stories from Coco Cabana. So we've done a collaboration and it's awesome. I mean, I can't believe how many things are happening with this Airbnb over Instagram. It's amazing. So, for her, she has 300,000 followers on Instagram. And so it's just been an amazing platform to connect with people. And it was actually John Patrick locally connected and kind of did this collaboration.
Right.
I also was reached out to by Betsy. She does the acrylic popsicles in town. She's an artist. She has a studio right downtown Palm Springs. So we did a photo shoot at Coco Cabana a few weeks ago. So that was a really amazing time as well. So I've just really enjoyed this kind of Instagram platform.
You did a lot since 2021. You did a lot since you started doing this. Good for you.
Yeah. And then, do you know David Rios as well, of David Rios Designs?
I do not. Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, very infamous designer and real estate agent in Palm Springs. So again, another kind of Instagram connection.
Right.
So I went on. Hi, David. David's amazing. I want to be David when I grow up. I want to make statement homes in Palm Springs, continue designing, because I love it now. I think I'm addicted to real estate. But again, I was on his Instagram live and he's amazing. He does so much idea sharing with his designs and how to invest and make more money. And I was on there and he said, Coco Cabana, we're going to get your nightly rate to $1,000. That's our goal. So we're also going to be doing a filming at Coco Cabana with David Rios, hopefully in December. And as a reward for viewers, he's going to be giving away 2 weekends for free to his viewers to stay at Coco Cabana and experience it.
Good for you.
So so a lot of great things happening with Coco Cabana.
So to wrap things up, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. So in your opinion, now that you've tasted Palm Springs, why should people come to see Palm Springs?
First of all, it's the people. Every single person that I meet is so friendly, so accepting. I mean, I think that's why people move to Palm Springs, right? They want to be themselves. It's a very accepting community. Literally, I'll meet someone at a restaurant and I'm friends with them now. Like the next day we go out to dinner and then the next day she picks me up from Target. Like
it is the friendliest place I have lived at, and I've lived,
yes,
few cities. It really is. And I've used to come here for years, but I've never lived here full time. And you don't live here full time either. So when you live full time here, you'll see it is the friendliest place for whatever reason. We love it for that reason. So yay.
I know. Yeah. And number 2, I think people are very fashionable. I love Palm Springs fashion.
Oh, thanks.
Everyone looks good all the time. You're always wearing bright colors. Everyone has their shit together. The eye candy is really on point in Palm Springs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But then also you have the outdoor activity. So you have hiking. Everything is so central. So I like to go there and I don't have to worry about traffic.
It's easy.
It's so easy. I mean, you can just literally ride your bike downtown. Yeah. Everything is within 10 minutes. You can get from one end of town to the other, 5 minutes from the airport. I love the small town feel. So I know all of you guys from LA are trying to come out here to Palm Springs, but just come stay at my Airbnb and then go back home. Okay.
So why should people book your Airbnb, Coco Cabana, as opposed to somewhere else?
You know what? It's going to be the feel. The feel is amazing. The design is so custom and fun and such like a pop of, it's such a pop of vibrant color and feeling, but also I you can see my home is kind of boho chic as well. So it's very comfortable and you really truly feel like you're on a relaxing vacation when you're at Coco Cabana.
And one last time, how do they find you?
You can find us on Instagram, again at coco.cabana.palm.springs, or you can go on Airbnb under Coco Cabana.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. So you guys, holidays are coming up around the corner. If you don't have a place to go,
come out to Coco Cabana
and book your holiday. And I can't talk about Palm Springs enough, but obviously, I'm biased. I live here full time. So, but thank you, Tracy. And hopefully I will see you in person soon here in Palm Springs.
Exactly. We'll get drinks. All right, Sam.
Take care, everyone. And as I always say, if you love this episode and you love what we do, please subscribe to our YouTube. It's what we do. It helps me. It helps me like Tracy in the community get the word out and give you this information. So please subscribe if you watch the episode. And we thank you. Be safe, be well, everybody, and have a great holiday. Thank you.